Welcome to Texas Truck Channel. We are here pre-recorded for you in Chicago at the Chicago Auto Show, and we've got something we've tried to catch in Texas, and for reasons we can't say on YouTube, we were unable to film because, well, I can't say. So come on down, let's check it out. This is the 2025 refreshed HD Ram. I know the chassis looks the same because it basically is, but it has a refreshed nose, you've got a new grille, and the headlights are now segregated. You've got a painted line between, and I like that a lot. I think it's a handsome look, and you've got the chrome, because Ram's gonna have chrome, you gotta have options for it. Not all of them do, but this one does. Coming down, you've got a radar sensor here in the front, forward-facing camera, and then probably the beefiest looking and feeling recovery points in the market. I really think these are a kick, but they're awesome. Metal crate, you hear that? Not plastic.
Weird.
Some brands don't understand that. Ram's got that figured out. And air dam, so another skid plate. Now, this is not an off-road trim. It's not a Power Wagon or anything like that.
Or Rebel.
Or Rebel, yeah, which that exists, and we like that truck a lot. Let's show you more of the exterior, though. Come on down, you've got the vented hood, and these do appear to be functional. We'll have to pop a hood in a minute and see. 2500 HD. Wheel and tire package on this one, Craig. This is a carryover wheel. It looks identical to the previous stuff. And look how much squish is in that sidewall. There's some weight up here, baby. This thing is heavy. So these have the Firestone Transforce ATs. They're claiming this is an all-terrain. Okay.
AT-ish.
AT-ish. It's a 235 60 R20. And look, we've been shockingly surprised by Firestone lately. It's quite a tire. We actually have driven this tire. It's pretty good. Now, one of the things I like about this is, unlike GM, with Ram and Ford, you can still get a stick axle on the front. That's kind of cool, kind of old school. We need to interrupt this episode for today's sponsor. This is the Azuto cup holder for Ram trucks. If you have a 19 or newer Ram, and it shows you over here, 1500, 2500, or 3500, this will work for you. Here's the main piece. And right away, I can tell you, this is not some 3D printed home job. It's actually got screws in the bottom. It's got casting on it. It's got 3M tape on the back to help hold it in. And look at that textile right there. See that? That's the factory pattern in the truck. So I think it matches that really well. Here's the factory air vent. And the way this thing is designed is that when a cup is not in there, you can still access the adjustments and access the open and close lever on it. So let's try it with it unlocked. We'll slide the top in, the bottom in. There we go. And then we push this lever. Now it's locked. The other thing to point out is that the fit and finish is really good. It looks like it came with the truck. This matches, the text on the top matches the stuff down the couple over here. It feels like it's a factory accessory, and that's pretty cool. And this is a higher trim limited truck. It doesn't look out of place. And again, it can go to either side. So pretty cool. Americans need cup holders on cup holders on cup holders. Got you covered. But you do have these rubber tabs on the side, and the rubber bottom keeps the bottom from moving. That seems pretty good. Again, everything's rubberized and it holds really well. And actually what I like about this, Sam, all joking aside, this, even if you don't have a cup in here, you can hold things in here. So say you have like pins or oddball stuff, whatever, this is actually just a good holder to be in addition to what you have. So that rubber pad on the bottom is nice. Take that out. It wants to jostle around, kind of bounce. Put this back in. Way better, it keeps it stabilized. This is a pretty cool deal, I like it. If you want to leave it there more permanently, you can undo the 3M tape backers on it and leave it there forever. The beauty of this thing, lock back in, is it works on both driver and passenger sides. It's universal for both. If you'd like to check one out for yourself, there's a link down below. Now back to the episode. Oh baby, the mirrors. Our boy Trevor with Ram's very proud of these. I remember these came out a couple years ago at the Texas State Fair. All new and redesigned. You keep some chrome, you get some LED in here, but you also have cameras on the side for your blind spot monitoring, upper and lower segregation, blind spot signal, and then you've got the dome on the bottom. I like that a lot. Coming down, same old door handle, you've got the push button and the unlock, it works. But then a really report there. It's not a mega cab, this one's not, but it is a big cab. And it's, well, it's tried and true. Craig will show you the interior in a minute. Come on down, you do have a 6 3/4 foot bed, which is legit. We have the Sport Appearance package, which gives you more monochromatic bumpers. Not all the chrome is gone, but a lot of it is. But we can't skip, I think, the most important part about this truck. Check out the rear crate. What do you see? What do you see? Tell me.
Well, you don't see leafs.
Exactly. We have coils. Let me show you on this side. Actually, I got a good view right here. So you have a solid axle out rear as well. And check that out. Heavy duty coil springs with a panhard bar, and it's a 5-link rear suspension.
Which means it's the best riding 3/4 ton in the segment.
It rides like a half ton.
Even with the stick axle up front.
Yeah, it rides like a half. Now, yeah, that's fair. Coming up back, we have, this is the Laramie edition, obviously. That's why the chrome is still here. You have a more than 2-inch receiver. That's a 2.5-inch receiver. You've got a trailer camera wire, so it's not wireless like Toyota does, but this probably has to cover more distance than anything Toyota's gonna tow, let's be honest. So Toyota's not pulling a gooseneck ever. They're not playing in the HD segment. So come on down here, we have our 7-way. We've got Oh, another one right here. So you've got extra plugs. I don't see a 480 anywhere on here. So if you have a baby trailer, you need an adapter. That's all you're gonna need. Exhaust-wise, it is a Cummins, Craig, and I can't give you the exhaust sound, but I can tell you right now, it's gonna go.
It needs to be straight pipe.
Come to Hood County, they got that covered. Let's check out the powertrain. All right, guys, here's the big news for the updated Ram. We've showed you the minor tweaks on the front end. Here's the big news. The Cummins has been reworked. It's still a 6.7 liter inline six, which I do like, but we've got roller follower cams, we've got variable vane turbos. Let's come here and show you the turbos over here. Look at the front, by the way. Look how big and beefy that balancer is. That looks industrial as hell. And look at this, even this is a tensioner pulley. It's not tension, but it's just a static pulley. Look how big that is. How many ribs are in here, Craig? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 rib belt from the factory. That's what your supercharged aftermarket drag race guys run. That's pretty crazy. Pretty awesome setup. So here's your variable geometry turbos, and then a cat right behind it, and then of course the DEF system will go down there. Intercooler up top, and then here's the details. We'll get into it here. Power-wise, on the 2500, you've got 430 horsepower, which is a step up. And the biggest news is 1,075 pounds of torque. Big deal. Interestingly enough, when you go to the 4500 and 5500, power ratings go down to 360 and 800, and that's for longevity. This number is for the guys that are doing some towing, and this number is for the guys that have to do a bunch of towing every day. They want it to last. Some more things we're gonna talk about was we've got the gray iron block with cast iron head. In the era of aluminum stuff, they mean business with this. This thing is industrial. Forged crankshaft, billet, hollow steel camshaft. The big news is, Craig, come over here with the variable geometry turbo. It has an integrated trailer brake that's not just a faux trailer brake or engine brake, it's a real engine brake. That's pretty cool. Enough of this, Craig. Let's check out the interior, see if anything has changed there.
All right, let's check out the refreshed 2025 Ram Heavy Duty. Towing, maybe didn't mention that previously, it's up to 36,600 pounds, depending on packaging and trims and all those
Dually and
things.
forward, yeah, all the stuff.
Yeah, but as low as like 20,000 pounds. So like there's really not a slouch in the lineup.
So wait, so this one that is a crew cab, non-dually, with a diesel, which is heavy, and four-wheel drive, is 20,000 pounds towing.
At least.
That's insane.
So maybe more, depending on a bunch of things. Also improves 0 to 60 times. I don't know if we mentioned that, but Brian, let's check out the bed back here. I can't open this because we're in the auto show and they got some things locked down.
Yeah, in show mode.
But look here, Brian, this is a 2.4 kilowatt max because it's got an onboard inverter. Look, yeah, just like your house plug. So Brian, we get the inverter, which I'm glad heavy duty trucks are starting to do that. Ford started out with the Pro Power on board in the half ton. You could get up to 7.2 kilowatts, but you're starting to see Ford did it in theirs this year. You can get the 2.4 kilowatt on board. This has it as well. Smart. I'm sure GM's going to follow suit very soon if they haven't already.
And you mean the heavy duties only, right?
Heavy duties only.
Right.
Because look, it's a work truck. You need that stuff. You need to plug in a saw. You need to plug in. You need to recharge your Milwaukees. Whatever it is,
You gotta brew your coffee.
you gotta brew your coffee with your little Makita job site brewer.
Right.
Yeah. Those are the things you need to do. Let's move to the interior. All right, bro. We do get a little bit of a reworked interior, although the back's not a whole lot different. Well, I'll just be honest. That's the same door we've seen before.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on.
good
Let's
door,
get in. And the back is actually really nice. This has a moonroof up front, which means this drops down, which is going to be a problem.
They didn't fix that.
We'll see how that goes. But Brian, you're right. It's not a mega cab, but very roomy nonetheless. And you get rear AC. Plenty of ports like Ram's been good at for a while. USB-A, USB-C.
That's awesome.
Flip this up real quick and see what kind of room. Oh, look at that.
Oh, this is cool.
And then that folds forward. What I like about that, Brian, is you can get a flat floor.
That's pretty nice.
And not only just a flat floor, Brian, a split flat floor.
Right, yeah, so you can do one side and not both. That's pretty neat. I will say, though, I do need to comment one thing. With Fords, they just don't have this hump in the middle, and so it's already
there is
flat.
that.
So,
but Ram's always been pretty cute and unique with their packaging in their
trucks. They have a solution for it.
And that kind of stems from the minivan days. They learned so much from packaging a minivan, they carried over into the trucks, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, let's see if you fit.
Oh boy. All right, nice power set that pops out. Now this seat is back really far, so you can wear the knee room thing. Look, same problem with the half-ton Rams. I'm hitting the back of this taper. I'm not sure why. Like, it's further forward than the headrest is. But in terms of headroom, I'm good.
Yeah, so not bad. Better than a Tundra with a Pano.
For
there
sure.
is that, and you get a nice armrest. Let's move to the front.
Let's do it.
Front, let's start with the door. It's basically the same. Not a whole lot different there. But there is a lot more news up front here. This is where the stuff really starts to come into play. This is the bigger news story of the refresh. That is, look at this. We get a digital instrument cluster. That's pretty cool. So I like these dials. They're very configurable. But they still harken back to the previous stuff. I like that a lot.
Yeah, Craig, good point. If you're used to the previous gen, you're going to feel at home with the digital cluster on it now.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, one of the other new things we get is, look, they realize people have a problem with the rotary dial. There's been comments.
Yes.
Comments. And I love the rotary dial. It's out of the way. It makes sense. We've always had this shifter in the Cummins,
Yes.
this column shifter.
Yes.
We now also get it with the Hemi.
Look, I like
And that's the
the
thing.
column as well, if not more, to be honest with you.
Look,
So,
it does work. If you're driving a truck, you just put it there and you kind of rest your arm and you're like, you feel
I feel like
cool.
a man. I feel like I'm
But
in
Brian, this
Yellowstone.
is the other big news. We get the big touchscreen now in the 2500. That previously was only in the 1500. And look, Ram's got this figured out. This works really well. This is the biggest one in the kind of in the biz.
It's a good one too, by the way. It
It's,
works.
and it's really good. And Brian, everything else works good down here. You get the wireless charging, dual wireless charging, one for you, one for me. This folds back just like the Ram 1500s. And
Like
Brian,
you said, all the minivan lineage is working well in the console configuration.
absolutely. And then Brian, last but not least, we also get the not in this particular trim, but you can also get an optional display here, like you can in some of the other Ram products and Stellantis products we've seen of late.
Kind of like the Grand Wagoneer one too.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's cool.
And then standard now in the Ram 2500, Brian, is radar cruise control now standard.
Yes.
Thank you for doing that.
Ford,
Love that-
are you listening?
Love that you can get that in a heavy duty towing. You still want that. I mean, just because it's a work truck doesn't mean you don't want that.
Look, cars come with all these ADAS sensors as standard now. Just give the feature. Just have it there. Just, it doesn't cost you any more. Just do it.
It's quite simple.
Or very little.
Pretty cool news with all the Cummins updates and interior updates. This is a good deal.
No, transmission itself. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, yes.
I keep on missing on the underhood part. Look, it's paired with a new 8-speed transmission. So formerly the diesel or the HD diesel had the Aisin 6-speed,
yeah.
which is Aisin's a Toyota supplier basically. It's good, it's competent, it gets it done, but it's kind of been lackluster in performance. Now with the updated power, it's going to be excellent, and the 0 to 60 numbers have dropped a lot from the previous gen.
And basically that's what's happened. That's why the 0 to 60 times have dropped.
That.
It's the 8-speed. Because they also have an 8-speed now, they've also dropped the final drive to 342, I think.
Right.
And they're still getting faster times and more fuel efficient. So
it's a game changer.
it's just a win-win-win-win all the way down the line.
If you're a Cummins fan, this is all good.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let us know if you're excited about this new gen Cummins. I know I am. It's one of my, well, I'll be honest, it's my favorite diesel in the house.
Ooh, there it is. Shots fired. Pew pew.
All right. See ya.
See ya.